Hello children, I am going to teach you about Wheatstone's bridge. Derive bridge balance condition P by Q is equal to R by S. Wheatstone bridge, it is the application of Kirchhoff's rule. If you know Kirchhoff's rule, then only you can derive the bridge balance condition, right? So what is the use of this bridge balance condition is you can compare the resistance. If you have 4 resistance or you can compare the resistances, and also if one of the resistance is not known, you can find the unknown resistance also, right? Now I will draw the circuit diagram for this children. Now I will write it in cyclic order A, B, C, D, right? A, B, C, D in cyclic order. Between A, B, mark a resistance, connect a resistance. Between B, C, another resistance. Between these two, another resistance. So I will name the resistors are P, Q, R, S. A, B, C, D is the network, P, Q, R, S is the resistance of the resistors. Okay. Now P, Q, R, S you can mark in this order. Between B and D you can connect a galvanometer. Okay. G is the galvanometer and galvanometer resistance can be represented as G. Between the junction A and C you can connect a battery of EMF Xi. Okay, this is the battery. You know that current always start from positive. So I current, when it goes up to the junction A, you can split here into 2. At this point A, I current splits into 2. Let it be I1 and this current I will name it as I2. The current moving up to the junction B, here you can split into 2, right? Now the current through the galvanometer I will write it as Ig and this current I will name it as I3. Already I1, I2 here, so let it be I3. Now, so in all the lines, all these 3 lines you can see, 4 lines you can see there is current. The leftover line is here. The current I2, again it has to split this way and the other way. Here already in this line there is Ig current, so leave it off. Here you can mark the current as I4, right? This is how you have to draw. Now you are going to apply Kirchhoff's current rule. You know that Kirchhoff's current rule has to be applied to the junction. Current rule to be applied to the junction, you have to consider only the current. Which junction you are going to apply? To the junction B. Look at the junction B, children. You can see the junction B. Around this junction B, you can see how many lines are there. Around this you can see 3 current. Okay, I1, Ig and I3. I1 is toward the junction. Ig is away from the junction. I3 is also away from the junction. Already you know that current toward the junction is plus, current away from the junction is minus. So I1 is plus, I3 and Ig and I3 are minus. Okay children, so I1 is toward junction plus, Ig is away from the junction, so minus, I3 is away from the junction, minus, that is equal to 0. Algebraic sum of current meeting at junction is 0. Now same way you apply to the junction D. To the junction D, if you apply to the junction D, again 3 currents, I2, Ig and I4. If you see I2, it is toward the junction. Ig toward the junction. So I2, Ig are toward the junction. So put plus for those current. I4 current is away from the junction. So for I4 you are going to put minus. Okay children. So I1, I2 and Ig are plus, as these two are toward the junction. I4 is away from the junction, so minus I4 is equal to 0. Remember to put 0. Let it equation 1 and the another equation is equation 2. Now you are going to apply Kirchhoff's voltage rule. Already you know that voltage rule has to be applied to the closed loop. closed loop, and here you have to consider the product of current and resistance. Which closed loop you are going to consider now? ABDA, this first half, right? Which closed loop? ABDA. If you apply this rule, voltage rule, you have to consider both current and resistance. Okay, in this loop you are going to consider both current and resistance. Remember, current, product of current and resistance, algebraic sum of product of current and resistance in the closed loop is equal to algebraic sum of EMF. That is the rule, right? Now in this closed loop, you look at this closed loop, children. Now how many terms are there? Here 1, 2, 3 terms. I will write the product of the 3 terms, right? In here, product of current I1, resistance P. Here current IG, resistance G. Here I2 R. Okay, next look at the sign. How to apply the sign? Already I told you, I gave you a clue. You have to walk along this path, ABDA path. If you walk along this path, if the arrow mark is coming along with you, you put plus term, right? If the arrow mark is against you, you can put the minus term. Okay, now if you walk along this way, you can see arrow mark is coming along with, so this term will be plus. Again, if you walk along this way, arrow mark is following you, so this term is also plus. Now if you walk along this path, what happens? If you walk along this path, children, walk along this path, arrow mark is coming this way, you are against you, right? So put minus term for this. That is equal to no cell in this, battery is in this ABD, so EMF is 0, put 0. Okay, so let it be equation 3. Now you have to apply to the closed loop, another closed loop, ABCDA. If you are going to apply to this loop, again how many terms you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. I will write the product. Okay, I1P here, I3Q in this line, I4S in this line, I2R. Now we will look at the sign. Okay, arrow mark is following you, you put plus. Okay, so this term is plus, this term while you walk here, this term also you will get plus. While you walk in this line along CD, arrow mark is against you. Look here, if you walk along this way, arrow mark is against you, so negative sign. For these two you will get negative sign. Here for these two term you will get the plus sign. So I1P plus I1P, here you will get plus I3Q. If you come to this line, I4 is minus, and if you walk along this direction, arrow mark is against you, so put minus sign here also. In this loop also there is no cell, so you can put cell or battery, so you can put 0. EMF is 0. Let it be equation 4. Now what you are going to do is, you are going to apply another condition. Junction B and D are at same potential, then no current. Same potential means in this line current will not flow through that line. That means IG current will be equal to 0. Now let it be 5. You are going to substitute 5 in equation 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wherever you find IG, you put 0 for that. You come to this first rule. If you put 0 here, Ig is 0, right? If Ig is 0, you can write I1 minus I3 is equal to 0, right? So I1 can be is equal to I3. Okay. Now here you put in the second equation, Ig is 0. So shall we write I2 minus I4 is equal to 0. That is I2 is equal to I4. This is 7 and let it be 6 and 7. Now if you put Ig is equal to 0, what do you get? I1P, this is 0. So you will get is equal to I2R. This is 6, 7 and 8. Okay. Now you are going to substitute 6, 7, 8. Okay, all these 3 in equation 4. Now while you look at the equation 4, children, In the equation 4, while you are going to simplify this, what you have to do is, remember that subscript 1 and 2 you can allow, right? For simplification, you have to allow only 1 and 2 subscript, okay? Here 1 and 2, okay, leave it. Here you got I3 and I4. You have to change it as I1. See, you know that I3 is equal to I1, I4 is equal to I2. So instead of I3 you can put I1, instead of I4 you can replace it as I2. Got it, children? Remember that only 1 or 2 subscript allowed here. So what you can write? Here I1P as such, I1P plus here instead of I3Q. Instead of I3 you can substitute I1 right here. So I1 instead of I3 I1 Q minus I4. I4 can be written as I2. I4 badala you write I2 yes minus here already I2 write as such is equal to 0. Let it be equation 9. Now what we will rearrange this. I1 P plus I1Q, take these two to the right hand side, I2S plus I2R. I1 take it commonly out, P plus Q. I2 if you take it out you will get S plus R. So let it be equation, okay. I will take this as equation 9, children. Next you divide equation 9 divided by equation 8. You divide 9 and 8. These two equations, okay, 9 and 8. These two equations you divide. Left hand side divided by left hand side. I1 of P plus Q divided by I1P is equal to I2 of S plus R divided by here 8th equation is I2R. You can cancel this, right? So what is that you are getting? P plus Q by P is equal to S plus R by R. Split it and write P by P plus Q by P is equal to S by R plus R by R. So you will get 1 here, you will cancel this, you will get 1 here. Q by P is equal to S by R plus same way if you cancel this you will get what happened? You can cancel these two also. You will get Q by P is equal to S by R. Now reciprocal. Okay. Either side if you reciprocal, what do you get? You will get P by Q is equal to R by S. So this is the bridge balance condition. P by Q is equal to R by S. So what is the use of this is, if you know that value of R and S, let R is equal to 1 ohm, S is equal to 2 ohm. Okay. So P by Q is equal to 1 by 2, right, children? So if adjacent resistance are known, R and S values are known, you can compare the unknown resistance. You can compare unknown resistance. R S ரெண்டு ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் அட்ஜசன்ட்னா அடுத்தடுத்து இந்த ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் RS ரெண்டு ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் அட்ஜசன்ட் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸோட வேல்யூ தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா இந்த P by Q ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா அதோட வேல்யூஸ் கேன் பி கம்பேர்டு. ஓகே, நவ் I am repeating again, children, the value of two adjacent resistance are known, the other two resistance can be compared. In case if you know three values, R is 1, S is 2 and what is that, Q is, let it be 4, okay, 4 ohm, you know all these resistance. So therefore you can find the third resistance. What do you get? P is equal to Q into R by S, right? So that is equal to 4 into 1 by 2. So what is that? You will get, what is the unknown resistance P value? 2 ohm. So if you know the value of QRS resistance, you can find the unknown resistance P. Okay. So if it is also used to, this bridge balance condition is also used to find the unknown resistance if three resistance are known. I hope you understood, children. Thank you.